Alrighty guys, now listen, for this video, I want you guys to bear with me. This is gonna be a one take. We're out in nature. It's a little cold out here. We're in a beautiful spot out here. It's amazing. Now listen, for the topic of today's video, this is gonna be how to make your first $500 profit when you're drop shipping. I'm gonna talk about a couple different things I think you guys need to know as beginners, especially if you guys haven't made your first $500 straight profit yet. Now, what I always recommend for beginners, guys, I talk about this all the time on my channel and on my page. I always recommend Instagram influencers. There's so many benefits to this, but the main part about this, guys, is the actual influencer. The audience respects their opinion so much. You guys can leverage this with e-commerce. You guys can sell products. Look how beautiful that is out there, though. It's amazing. Anyways, guys, you can sell products, to the right people. Say if you're selling a fitness product, with the pandemic and all this stuff, people did really well. Everybody overall within this industry of fitness, okay? People were locked in their homes, you know what I mean? And they had to get fitness stuff. The gyms were closed, you know what I mean? So when you're doing e-commerce like that, there's different things to utilize, and Instagram influencers are so important for you guys to utilize. It's very powerful. I always talked about this back in the day when we had to pay for magazines, not me, but business people, you know what I mean? They had to pay for magazines up front, a lot of money, and they don't even know if that's gonna work in the first place. Nowadays, you can find these influencers and they're interchangeable. Like if one doesn't work, there's tons more. If you're in a fitness industry, there's tons more influencers that are gonna work for you guys that you guys haven't even tested yet. So don't get discouraged, especially as beginners, guys. When maybe you're not seeing much success on one influencer yet, I always recommend, if you guys are familiar with my videos as well, I talk about I do a good rule of thumb is 5 different influencers first. Test out 5 different influencers for that product. When you're starting out with a new product, and before you move on to the product, to another product, test at least 5 different influencers before then you can really get to a good sense on if that product is going to work for you or not. My bad, guys, I'm trying to stay on topic all the time, but it is a little cold out here. But that view is worth it. I'm gonna go back up here and show you guys. Anyways, so I hope you guys enjoy these videos. It's more of a vlog style, like I say, to just let you guys get to know me a little bit more, and more as a person, as your friend, somebody that's gonna help you and have your best interest, really, honestly. So the topic of this video is that your first $500, and in the grand scheme of things, that's not as important as the topics that I think I want to discuss with you today, and those are some things that I've already mentioned. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys join the family, subscribe if you haven't yet. Now, obviously, you guys probably clicked on this video because you guys want to start making money, okay? So the topic of this video is to make your first $500 profit. If you guys are watching this video, like I said, you probably haven't made that yet. So I want to really instill in you the mindset of doing this. When you're just starting out, Instagram influencers, what that's going to do for you, you're going to get a very concentrated in like one day with a story post. All of that audience, what they could do for you essentially within that one day is going to happen that day. And that means you're going to get a lot of people on your email list. You're going to be able to test your offer immediately within that same day of that influencer. Say like if I mentioned in the past about the fitness products, okay? You do a fitness influencer, try one, and that works very well for you. Typically, you're going to be able to use that influencer more and more, and that same influencer, so you already have one working for you. You guys can see the potential of this when you're really selling the right product in front of the right people, and that's why Instagram influencers are so they have so much potential. They're so potent with how quick you get results, and that's why I love them, especially as beginners. A lot of beginners are gonna have the wrong offer. Maybe they're not selling the right product. The way that they're translating their offer to their customers is off. And that's why you can really get a good test immediately. Say for $200, you spend $200 for a story post. I talk about this a lot, guys. And I think you need to utilize it, especially if you haven't seen my videos yet. Maybe this is a sign for you guys to watch this one because, as a beginner, Instagram influencers are going to be your best friend. Now, a lot of people do hit me up saying that they try influencers and maybe they didn't work for them, right? There's a ton of different things that you guys can change if they're not working for you. most likely what is happening is you're showing the wrong product to the wrong people. So the whole idea behind this, why Instagram influencers will work for you, if you sell the right product to the right people. Like I mentioned, and I'm gonna use this example, the fitness product, do a fitness, a bodybuilder possibly. If it's a fitness product, like some of those things, like a pull-up bar that you put onto your door, or one of those bands, exercise bands, using influencers, you guys need to try 5 different fitness influencers. Maybe that first one that you use is not gonna be your winner for that. You guys can really, I hope that you guys can see the potential of this, because once you get 5 winning influencers for you guys, you're gonna be able to use those posts. You're gonna be able to use those influencers multiple times, over and over again. I say this many times, but I have influencers that I have doing posts for me weekly. And, I may not use them for the entire year. There is some die out overall, but the bigger the influencer, typically the longer the longevity for that audience you're going to have when you're doing these posts. I'm gonna go in the car. It's getting a little cold, but check out how beautiful that is one more time, guys. Just want you guys to suck with the vibe with me out here. It is the winter, but this scenery for the winter, I don't mind. If it gets much, more snow than this, then I have a problem, but yeah, I'm gonna hop in the car. So anyways, as beginners, guys, I hope that you guys get my drift. I'm really trying to explain to you something that is going to benefit you. I believe, in my opinion, this is going to benefit you greatly, using Instagram influencers to make your first $500 profit. And like I said, in the grand scheme of things, what is $500? If you're smart, you're going to use that $500 profit to just reinvest and make yourself more money. That's why I say, in the grand scheme of things, $500 is really not that important. It's more about the principles, at least in this video that I'm trying to explain to you guys. So I hope you're able to get some value from what I'm talking about. I'm mentioning, Instagram influencers, why I believe as a beginner, in order to make your first $500 off the get-go, out of the gate, Instagram influencers, like I said, are going to be your best friend. People want to go into Facebook ads. The problem is, if you're starting out as a beginner and you have a starting budget, maybe it's like $300, $500, $700, whatever it may be, guys. Facebook ads, you're going to get the most bang for your buck when doing Instagram influencers when you have a starting budget at that. If you spend $300 in Facebook ads, that takes a while. You could do $50 per day, boom, you got 6 days, but you're not going to get, at least in my opinion, from my experience and everything that I've seen with other clients, beginners, you know what I mean? You're not going to get the most bang for your buck doing Facebook ads right out the get-go. What I recommend as a beginner, this is for beginners, guys, start out using Instagram influencers, get that social proof onto your brand, onto your page for Instagram. Every post that those influencers do for you guys, make sure that they tag you in it, so that way you can put it to your story, save it as a highlight. Then when people go into your brand's Instagram page, they see that right off the get-go. They see these big influencers co-sign your brand. That creates a lot of social proof, so that when you do go into Facebook ads, everybody that you're running to your to your Instagram page using Facebook ads, on Instagram, they're going to go to your page, follow you. They see that social proof. And like I say many times, you could break even when you do go into Facebook ads. Off the back end stuff, you're going to make a ton of profit. Even if you break even on Facebook ads, up front. Things like, people following you, then buying the next day. Facebook doesn't necessarily track that right off the get-go. Other things, email list, back-end sales, those are gonna be your best friend as well when you're doing Facebook ads. So these are some great things to think about, guys. And, that's why I do recommend, first of all, using Instagram influencers, getting the social proof. That way, when you do go into Facebook ads, that, hey, even if I'm getting more followers, if I do it correctly, those followers are gonna turn into buyers. And that's not even mentioning the people that are buying right off the first time they see the ad, go to your website and buy it. You know what I mean? So there's so many different things that you guys can utilize when you're doing e-commerce. And if you're just a beginner, these are kind of the strategies and the next couple steps that I do recommend for you to use. Try at least 5 different influencers before you throw away a product. Like I mentioned, some tips, or just some key points of this video. You're going to get the most concentration of results with Instagram influencers right after the get-go. somebody does a post, say they've got 200,000 followers, and then do a post, you're gonna get a lot of data right off the bat. You're gonna get a lot of people sign up to your email list right off the get-go, just from one influencer, all in one day. Keep in mind, guys, okay? You know, when you're a beginner and you're starting out with Facebook ads, it's very, very easy to wait days. Say you're spending $300 and it takes, you know, as a new ad account, you have a $50 daily limit, you know, ad spend limit. So it takes 6 days to, you know, spend the $300. You're really most likely not going to get as great of results early on. I see a lot of beginners just, it kind of ruins their mindset with it. If they don't see a lot of results, they spent 6 days worth of ads and maybe very little results starting out with just Facebook ads. If you didn't do Instagram influencers first, you can get discouraged from that. That's why I'm gonna say it again, I do recommend as a beginner, start out with Instagram influencers. You're gonna get a lot of results and it's very quick. You know, as a beginner, it's a lot about mindset, you know. So if you get discouraged easily as a beginner, that's natural. In order to kind of avoid that, like I do recommend just a concentration of results within one day. That's something to be said about that versus waiting a whole week for probably, maybe if there's the same results. There's something to be said about the quickness of an Instagram story post. When they just do a slide up to your, you know, swipe up, the customers can go to your website directly off that Instagram story post. There's something to be said about that, guys, the quickness of that and how many results, you know, how many results you can get so quickly off these posts. So, you know, nevertheless, I hope at least you learned one thing. If one person learned one thing from these videos, I say that, you know, then that's worth it for me. If one person learned one thing from these videos, I hope that you guys can join the family, and I want you guys to comment down below any questions that you have about these specific topics on this video. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think, or reach out to me via DM. I want to know what you guys think. You know, we started out in nature outside here at the start of this video and it got a little cold, but I'm enjoying life, guys, and so I hope you guys can join the family. We've been doing these vlogs lately and I'm just, you know, I'm feeling optimistic and I hope that energy gets off to you guys. So nevertheless, guys, I appreciate your support and love always. Like always, thank you so much. If you've been a part of this family for a while, thank you for your continuous support. If you're just finding out about me, like I said, join the family, DM me, reach out to me, and we can talk. With that being said, guys, I hope that you can like and subscribe. I hope that you guys learned something and got some great value from this video, because that's the only reason why I do it at the end of the day, to give you guys value. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.